Well, welcome everybody to the R.C.L show. We're back. We're missing Chuck tonight. He's got a little OT, but we got some special guests. We got Rob, we got Les, we got the back-to-back champ, and we got some guys from the Let Loose podcast. We got Jordan James and we got Big Sam. How you guys doing tonight?
Yo, what up, dude? What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, gang?
Hey.
It's been a minute.
Hey, Chuck, we miss you. I'd rather have you here than less. That's all I gotta say. So,
damn, you miss Chuck like that?
But that's my buddy, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's a family show. I can't say what I want to say.
But yeah, man, good to be back on here with you guys. Nothing's changed, yeah.
Still rolling, riding dirty.
What we getting into today, Leland? We got our special guest. We got to do something special. Let's talk Big Ten, baby.
We're going to talk
the
about
best conference in college football.
The Big Ten Conference. But before we get to that, this is the last year of the Big Ten as we know it. Next year, a lot of changes. And I want to get everyone's reactions to what we've seen the last couple of weeks, because next year, the Big Ten is not going to look like it does this year. It's going to be completely different. I want some of your guys' reactions on how you feel about that and what you're excited about it.
All right, since we got guests, man, you two can start it off. Whichever one y'all want to go first.
Like I said, man, it's cool. They're bringing more teams in, and the name, the Big Ten, still won't have as much meaning anymore. You might as well just call it the Big 20. I think in like 10 years, the SEC and the Big Ten is going to be the only two divisions left in college football, really. But the only thing I don't like about this, man, is doing away with the divisions and bringing more teams in. I just don't like the fact that it's going to take integrity away from our game, Michigan, Ohio State. I don't want to see them play 2-3 times a year. I don't want that shit, because it's going to take meaning away from the game. And it's never going to be known as the game again. That's the only thing I don't like about this shit. But otherwise, I love it. More teams, top two teams play for it all. That's cool, because for forever since they established those divisions, our division with Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, we've essentially y'all have owned that shit. You know what I'm saying? Outside of lately, so it's cool now. But the other team had no chance, man, really ever. So just doing away with the divisions, that's cool. So, but I just don't like taking integrity away from Michigan, Ohio State, bro.
What you got, Sam?
I feel like they should take away some of those sorrier teams, like the Northwestern teams and those sorrier teams, those Purdue teams that don't do anything or whatever, and make them go to another division and still keep it the Big Ten, because those guys don't do nothing, whatever, all year. And it doesn't make any sense or whatever to have all those guys, whatever, Big 12, Big 14. What else they're going to have? The Big Mac? Shit, I don't know what the hell y'all going to call y'all stuff in a minute. There's going to be so much stuff over there. But like I say, just those lower tier teams or whatever, you got to meet the academic excellence or whatever to be in the Big Ten. So I feel like they should take some of those other teams away. For real, y'all can go to the D2. You know what I'm saying? Like some of y'all, D2. Straight up. Like it's no reason for those guys to even be in a big conference like that. For real, y'all ain't pulling y'all weight,
Northwestern is academic excellence, though, just for the record. But
I say athletic.
Okay.
Athletic excellence.
Okay.
Right.
I wouldn't let you get away with that. I'm sorry, but you can throw in Maryland and Rutgers while you're at it if you're kicking teams out.
All them down teams.
This is my opinion. This is what I talk. I think I talked to Leland and them about it earlier during the week. I say move it to 20 teams and stop there. Then break it down into 5 divisions within the conference. So, 4 divisions with 5 teams in each division. North, South, East, and West, right? You have to play all 4 teams in your division, but play 8 conference games and then take the winners of those divisions and have a playoff for the conference championship too. Because I'm tired of that teams that's 8-1 or whatever that's tied don't get nothing. It's like, hey, play the 4 teams in your conference and play 3 other teams, and then actually have a Big Ten playoff for the championship. If you're gonna have as many teams, because if they're gonna have 20 teams and only 2 teams get a chance to play for the title, it's kind of like pointless. Like y'all said, get rid of Rutgers, get rid of Maryland. Well, Maryland might be my dark horse team this year, but traditionally, like the Indianas and all them, get rid of them, man. Ain't no point of them, like y'all said. But if you're going to get up to 20, North, South, East, West, 5 teams, 4 conferences, play all 4 teams in your conference, then you can schedule 3 or 4 more other games. So just have 8 conference games and then have a playoff for the conference championship before the playoffs.
Michigan and Ohio State in the North. If that happens, both teams in the North, I'm perfect
Oh,
with
yeah, they
that.
got to
That's
be in
cool.
the same division,
Of
no matter
course,
what. Like,
of
them two
course,
got to be in there.
no doubt.
So,
That's not a bad idea though. Not bad. Not a bad thought for a Buckeye. What you think, Les?
More teams that Michigan can whoop their ass. I love it. That's it.
Yeah, y'all want more teams.
Hey,
y'all don't want Rutgers to leave.
No, y'all don't want Rutgers to leave. That's
Y'all got
when
the
y'all put
cake
up your
schedule. The
70
last 2
points.
years in the
That's
last
when
2 years in a
that's
row,
when y'all
got
put
the
up 70 points on them.
Y'all
You
don't
put
want North.
70 and
easiest
60
schedule in the
points
conference,
on
man.
them.
You know y'all don't want Northwestern to leave after last year.
Oh man, we ain't worried about nobody. They coming for us. They not coming for y'all.
Ain't nobody coming for y'all, man.
If Ohio State
Hey,
were to leave, a lot of other teams would be
So if
leaving the
Florida
Big
State
Ten. too.
leaving, ACC, would you like to see them in the Big Ten? Florida
Man,
State.
get anybody.
I said 20.
Anybody.
I just want 20. Make it like that's the limit, man. After that,
Hey, bring Florida on.
Nah, we good where we at.
Hey,
We good where we
bring
at, bro.
Florida on too.
Hey, you gotta beat us. You gotta beat us to meet us. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Straight
we
up.
beat y'all last time. We beat y'all last time,
You
didn't
know
we?
my gator roll.
Yeah, they
That's
got
how
us
we
last.
played.
SEC,
Nah,
man, we rule the world, bro.
Last time we
Over
played, Florida
everything.
got us the last time.
They
That was the
got us
first
on
time
my
they beat
fault.
us, though. Yeah, we beat them
Okay,
twice. Mhm.
Yeah,
My fault.
yeah.
My fault.
That's what
Hey,
we
y'all had to
did.
get one. Stop that shit. We're not
Hit a
talking
chunk.
about that.
Hit a chunk, man. For real.
Leland, how you feel
Skew
about
them
it,
boys
bro?
on the Barbie, man. Skew them boys on the Barbie.
Hey, this ain't about the Gators. Back to the SEC. Go
I
back
was
a
just
couple.
hey man, he brung it up. I ain't bring it up.
All right, yeah. All right,
Hey,
fine.
I
That's
want
cool.
some alligator.
There you go, for real.
Put
You
on the
better try to get some
grill.
gator tails, man, if they don't bite you first.
all right, what you got, Leland? Who you like?
I mean, I don't see why they can't keep divisions. I mean, now that they added Oregon, Washington, you got so many solid teams. I don't know why they can't just go back to divisions and divide them equally. You could put Ohio State and Michigan on one side, and you could put Penn State and USC on the other side, and then split the rest of them up, and then just change it every 4 years as the teams change over that 4 year period. You got so many teams, everyone's not going to play each other anyway, so that's why I want them to do it. Because like I agree with Jordan, I don't want Michigan and Ohio State to play back to back. I mean, they're still going to be big games, but it's not going to be the same if you know you're going to play again the following week.
Right. Who gets bragging rights?
Back the divisions. There's no reason not to. I mean, you're going to have a shit ton of teams. You can make them really even. It ain't like you only got 3 or 4 teams. You got a ton of them now, bringing in Oregon and Washington and USC and UCLA. I mean, in my opinion, if I could have it the way it is now, I would have the 12-team playoff, and I wish we could just go back in time about 15 years and have all the conferences the way they were before all this expansion and realignment, and then just have a true playoff like we're going to have. And I think that would have been the best case scenario. But obviously you can't go back in time. But it's probably like you said, it's probably going to be like the 50 or 60 teams are going to break off, and that's going to be college football. And it might be it might be AFC, NFC type of thing, or it might be 3.5 divisions or conferences at the end, because the Big 12 might survive. And then, like you were saying with Florida State, the ACC maybe here in a couple of years is if they try to leave, the ACC will probably break up, and then they'll probably combine with somebody. And I don't know.
Big Ten SEC, man. I'm telling you, to me, those are the two big dogs. 10 years from now, wouldn't surprise me if each conference had 20 teams, and it was just them, man.
Yeah,
it's more money.
They both make more money than everybody else. It's not even no one's gonna touch them. So,
but the rivalry,
and they're making that $100 million stadium renovation too in Florida State too. So that's why I'm thinking that they're trying to make some moves or whatever and do something different. Because they was already talking about getting out of the ACC. Like I said, Big Ten taking everybody right now, so they're trying to be the top, be the elite conference in the league.
They don't have what, Leland?
They just don't know. They would leave right now. Nobody really knows how much you'll have to pay out in that grant of rights. So people are saying it might be 400 million. Nobody really knows. Nobody's really tested it. So I think it might stay like this, but every year down the road, it gets cheaper. So I think it'll probably eventually happen, but I don't know.
But I think the days of that
Florida State got it though. They got it. They'll pay that jump real quick.
Yeah.
I think days of the rivalry over with Ohio State and Michigan anyway, and it kind of showed this year. Like if Ohio State makes that field goal and go to the national championship and they win, Who really is going to care about the Ohio State Michigan game anyway? Like with the playoffs coming, with the expansion, both teams are going to be in anyway. So it's going to be possible every year from now on for us to play twice a year. Like the days of just playing once, it's over.
Yeah, and and let me ask you this: I would have cared, by the way, if y'all would have made that field goal and won it. I'd be like, hey, national champs, we still beat y'all ass. We the Big Ten champs.
But I'm saying like it wouldn't have meant nothing.
No,
though.
I
Like,
feel you. I'm taking a jab. I'm
Auburn
taking a
and
jab.
Alabama.
But serious question though. So okay, like you said, the days of us playing one time a year, those days are over. So if we play 2 times a year every year, there's a chance that we could play 3 when it comes to the playoff. Because we could play our regular game, we could play in the Big Ten championship, and we could play in the playoffs. Because both teams is gonna make the playoffs every year.
Well, no, not that way I designed it because they'll be in the same conference. So whoever wins that division, the other one wouldn't get into the Big Ten playoffs. You know what I mean?
No, but the divisions are gone next year, though. The best 2
I know, that's
teams
what I said, I
play
don't
for it
want
with the
that.
record. Yeah, well, that's what we're dealing with, though. So that's my thing. They're gonna play. They could at least play twice every year, and they might play 3 times.
We don't
once
really
or twice.
know that though.
But we don't. But my question was, who gets bragging rights?
Huh?
Who gets bragging rights?
The
If
better
we split
season.
every year, who gets
season.
bragging rights?
Who gets the farthest? Like look at Auburn and Alabama. Alabama winning national championships. They lose to Auburn. Nobody cares. Auburn cares, but like nobody's looking at a house Alabama saying, you won a national. You lost to your rival though, so you suck. You suck.
But it's
Like,
not just losing now. You win one and lose one. So
But
if we split every year, you know what I'm saying? It's not just winning or losing. It's
I'm saying
win one, lose one every year.
Whoever
If you
won
win the playoffs,
won the Big Ten championship or went on to go farther in the playoff at that point, because it's going to be different. But I think, like we said, with the expansion of the playoff, there's going to be pluses and minuses. Obviously, the big games like the Michigan Ohio State game or the Georgia Alabama game, if they ever play in the regular season, which doesn't happen very often, but that's going to lose some because it's not going to be a win or die game anymore because you're going to probably make the playoffs. So, but I think there is going to be more meaningful games overall in college football if you follow all of it. It's going to be more exciting. So it's just going to be different with all them teams getting in. And honestly, I think they're going to probably change it because it's not going to be 6 conference champions anymore because the Pac-12 is gone. I could see them changing that and just being like, well, screw that. We're going with the 12 best teams because they want all the top teams in. So
no doubt. Money
makers. Next year, by 2026, when they reevaluate the playoff, it could be completely different. But
it ain't gonna matter no way because go back to 06 when they were 1 and 2. Technically, it should have been Ohio State and Michigan playing again for the national championship. You know what I mean? And if y'all would have won the national championship, the greatest game we've ever seen Ohio State and Michigan play, 06, wouldn't even matter. It'd have been nothing. Because if Michigan,
it's
we
going
play
to taint a lot of games,
Michigan
man.
wins the
Definitely.
national championship, nobody cares about we beat them in November. So
yeah, it's going to taint those games, man.
I beat y'all 2 or 3 times a year. It don't matter to me.
Then you woke up. Then what happened?
I ain't worried about anybody scared.
Okay. Keep fooling yourself, my friend.
I've seen a lot of Michigan recruiting classes not be able to get 1 win against the Buckeyes in my life. So,
hey, do y'all play Wisconsin this year?
At Wisconsin,
yeah, we got a tough schedule.
All right,
we ain't like Michigan.
Yeah,
let's
y'all
get Big Ten. What are some of your guys' division picks this year on the East and West?
Start with our visitors; they can go first.
Michigan and Wisconsin.
All right.
That's what I'm going with.
What part of visitors go first, Les? Don't you understand?
Hey, I felt it. I felt it, and I had to come out and say it, brother.
Ann Arbor degree.
I'm gonna go Michigan, Iowa.
Okay.
You gonna give us a reason why?
Yep, because we're gonna beat your asses again for the 3rd straight time for starters. And Iowa, I don't know Cade McNamara. I don't know his injury. I seen he just got nicked up in practice, but granted he can play. They got Eric all over there now too. I just think it's gonna be a better offense. Their defense is always pretty good. It ain't nothing to worry about, and no other team really is really that appealing to me when I'm looking at it right now. I think I would just have to give them the edge early on. Now my mind could change, 4 or 5 weeks into the season. somebody. There's always that sleeper team, man. That one team that just fucking starts off like 5-1 or some shit. It's like they got no business doing that. A Minnesota here and there, or some kind of little shitty team like that or something. But right now, I got to go Michigan, Iowa.
I think I'm gonna do Michigan, and I'm gonna go Illinois. I think Illinois or whatever get popping. I think they'll get it popping this year. They played pretty good. They played y'all pretty good too. In Michigan too.
They lost a lot though, bro. They
Mhm.
lost a lot of players, a lot
They
of key
could have
players.
been there last year. They like fell apart down the stretch because they had almost looked like they had it in the bag. They
Right.
make the 10 championship. The last couple games they kind of fell
Yeah,
off.
that
Fell
defense
off.
overall, it was wicked good though. And
Yeah.
what's his name? DeVito, what for the Giants? He's looking pretty good in preseason so
Looking
far
good
too,
already.
man. Yeah.
Mhm. I think
Yeah,
they'll make that push though. I think they'll make that push. Like I
They
say, it's so hard to say because all those guys so sorry in the West Division. You know what I'm saying? There's only a couple guys. There's only a couple guys that could do it. Like Purdue went 6-3, Minnesota went 5-4. So, like I say, I think one of those guys, whatever, Illinois should be right there in the thick of things, man, in the West.
No love for Wisconsin over here.
Nah, we got their quarterback, so it really don't matter.
Y'all forget who the coach. Y'all forget who the coach is, right? For Wisconsin, right?
Luke Fickle.
Bum ass Luke
I know.
Fickle, yeah.
The
I
truth.
Well, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and I don't
That's
understand
all I'm
how that's
saying.
going to pertain to him winning anything.
For real.
It ain't Cincinnati, bro.
I'm just
You gotta
saying.
play teams. You got to
For
play
real.
actual teams now.
I'm
What
just
I'm
saying.
saying is, your coach has one more playoff appearance than him.
Hey, he's been
He was
handling
at
business.
Cincinnati,
I don't
you
give
at
a shit.
Michigan, so
I don't
he's
give a
doing some
shit.
kind of coaching.
He's handling
Doing
business.
some kind of coaching.
Luke Fickle has done nothing. He has done nothing.
He's got just as far as Michigan has gotten the playoffs, so he's doing something right.
And we would too.
And
If they-
that
right.
Ohio, hey,
Right,
look, that
give us their
Ohio
schedule.
State Wisconsin game. Hey, that Ohio State Wisconsin game. He's gonna
Gonna be a
be
good one.
mad because he's supposed to be the next head coach.
And he
But-
got his chance, and he went 6-7.
Sit back and relax.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he had an
Watch it.
opportunity.
But he's top elite coach though, right?
Hey, that was
all right.
10 years ago, man.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
All right. He's pissed.
I'd be
Scoring,
pissed
he
too.
a scoring
I would
man.
be pissed too if I sucked that bad at coaching.
I'm gonna go with
He's the first coach to take a group of 5 team to the playoffs, something no one's ever done.
Yet
Yeah.
I forgot to get him a birthday card.
I'm just
Who
saying.
gives a shit, man? Get out of here. He ain't done nothing. Next
if
topic.
Harbaugh went to Cincinnati and do the same thing, he'll be the greatest coach ever. Like, just hating.
And now we're talking about Harbaugh. You better worry
We're talking
about your
about Big
coach.
Ten.
You better worry about your coach.
We're talking
That
about Big
seat getting
Ten,
hot.
baby.
That seat getting hot.
He'd be all right.
Woo-hoo-hoo. You were the first one that wanted him out. You know you still do, so.
I wanted CJ Stroud out too. That was just my thing.
My
We need
favorite
more-
Ohio State quarterback ever, man. Don't hate on Stroud. I'm voting for him. I'm rooting for him at Texans, man. Let's
That's
go.
cool. I'm going with Ohio State and probably Iowa, though. Iowa's going to have a good defense as usual. Their offense should be a little bit better. I really want to go Wisconsin, but I got to see what they do first. Like, give them a couple weeks, I might change my pick. But I know Ohio State's definitely going to be there. And it's either going to be Wisconsin or Iowa. What you got, Leland?
Leland?
Well, I think in the Big Ten East, I don't know if you guys remember 2008, where we had 3 teams tie for the division. I think we could have a 3-way tie in the division like we did in the Big 12 back when we had Texas Tech, Texas, and Oklahoma, because I think Penn State can go 11-1 this year.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they can beat Michigan. They will.
Oh my Lord.
Well, they were 10-2 last year, won the Rose Bowl. They got a better quarterback coming in this year. They got a great transfer wide receiver in Dante Stevens, and they got one of the best running back groups in the country, and they got a hell of a defense. So I think this is a year because they always play Ohio State tough. And when you guys go to their place, it's always a battle too. If they're going to Ann Arbor, I would say no, but you guys are going to the Happy Valley, which is going to be a tough game for Michigan. So I could see these 3 teams going 11-1, and at that point, it's whoever gets the tiebreaker. So if I had to pick, as of right now, I think Michigan would probably win out just because they got the least amount of questions at this point. Now that could change because Ohio State's got offensive line questions.
Are you picking Michigan right now to win?
As of right now, yeah.
Holy shit. Oh my God.
House
The
with tables
flag
and
has been
furs.
planted. Let's go. Leland, bro.
I
Next
think
time,
they're all,
drinks are on me, bro. I
I
got
think
you.
they're all going to go 11-1. I think we're gonna have a three-way tie. But Michigan, as of right now, they have the least amount of their only questions to me is at wide receiver. I think they got to have some guys step up at wide receiver if they want to get over the hump and win a playoff game. But I got to see Ohio State's quarterbacks first. I think they're going to probably be good because when have they not had a good one under Ryan Day? But I'm worried about their offensive line. I think every position on defense they're going to be better. In the secondary, they're going to be better with some transfers coming in with Jordan Hancock healthy. They're going to have a nasty secondary. The defense is going to be nasty, but I got to see their quarterbacks, and that's what I kind of worry about with them. But
concern.
So you got the West.
Yeah.
the West was tough. Like I thought about Wisconsin because I like what they got coming. They brought a lot of guys in on their team. They got Tanner Mordecai coming in because they're going to be changing their entire offense around because they brought in Phil Longo from North Carolina. So they're running the spread now, which is not what Wisconsin's done ever.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be bumps in the road. I think they're going to be better, but you can't just switch your entire offense around like that. I don't care who you bring in.
We're going to be running the spread with Braden Allen.
Yeah, because they run base. They was a run base team forever.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe Allen didn't transfer.
It's because he was at North Carolina when they had Sam Howell and they had Carter and Williams in the backfield and they both ran for 1,000. So it ain't like an air raid offense where they go 5 wide and throw it around. They're going to run the football, but they got some good players coming in. I like the moves they made, but I just got to go with Iowa because you know what Iowa's going to be. They're going to bring that defense. I don't care who they got. Phil Parker's one of the best defensive coordinators in the country. And I like Cade McNamara coming in because he's got experience in big games. He's used to running an offense where they run the football.
Exactly. He's the perfect quarterback for that team.
Have you seen their
Division
schedule?
3 quarterback.
They got an easy schedule though too.
Yeah, I just think they could take more chances. They'll have more confidence in him to throw the ball on first down. They brought, like you mentioned, Eric All. They got Caleb Johnson. I think if their offensive line's better, he's going to be a stud running back. And they brought in Caleb Brown, a former top 100 wide receiver from Ohio State who transferred out. So they got a caliber of guy at wide receiver that they usually don't get. So I think Iowa's going to make enough improvements on offense to where they can actually win some football games and score some points and not wait for their defense to score more points than the other team. That's why I think Iowa's got less questions, even though their offense was terrible last year. I think it will be better.
It will definitely be better.
The schedule. They only play Penn State and Wisconsin. That's it.
They both got similar schedules, but they're both their biggest games. Wisconsin's got Iowa and Ohio State, and Iowa's got Penn State and Wisconsin. So they both got similar schedules. It's going to come down to that matchup when they play each other, which it is at Wisconsin. But I just got to feel there's going to be some bumps in the road when you're drastically changing your identity like that in one season. But I do think Lou Fickell is going to be successful there.
Bro, you know something? I think Iowa is tight end university. I think Eric All, if he stays healthy this year, bro, he might be up for the Mackey. He's going to eat over there at Iowa, man. He's got that connection with Cade. I mean, they always got at least 2 stud tight ends. They're going to use both of them, but I'm just saying, watch out for Eric All. I'm just saying he's going to have a breakout season, a great season if he stays healthy, man. That dude he's good, bro. He's really good.
Cade McNamara is going into Iowa with a lot more weapons than they usually had. At least they had in a long time. So as long as he can stay healthy and they can protect him, I think he can have a good season there. Because like you said, he's used to running that style. And he's used to big games, which is not what any of them other guys are used to. So
good picks. A lot of us got Iowa.
I think it's one of them 2 teams for sure. I mean, I'll be surprised because all them other teams, like you talked about with Illinois, they lost their defensive coordinator. He's the new head coach at Purdue. So I think that's a huge loss because he got a ton out of that defense that we haven't seen in Illinois in a long time. But all right, who are some of your guys' dark horse picks? Maybe not to win the conference, but you feel they could have a surprise year and improve on last season.
I say Maryland. I like Tonga Bailoa.
Tonga Bailoa.
That his name, Tonga Bailoa, whatever his name is. Tuala.
Yeah.
Talia, whatever it is. They went 75 last year. They 3 of their 5 losses was to Michigan, Ohio State, and Penn State. Come on, man. They weren't going to win those no way. So that's automatically 3 losses they would have got. Then they also lost to Wisconsin and Purdue. So their schedule's a little easier this year. So Tua will be a senior. They're gonna have a good offense. He's gonna put up numbers, man. He's probably one of the better quarterbacks in the conference too. He's got the experience. They're gonna be able to score with everybody. Like they only play Ohio State. Well, they still got Ohio State, Penn State, and Michigan again this year, but the rest of the games: Rutgers, Nebraska, Northwestern, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan State, Virginia, Charlotte, and Townsend. I think they're gonna win all those.
Really?
9-3, maybe
Okay.
maybe 10-2 if they can pull off an upset.
I'm
That's a big improvement over 7-5, man.
Question
Yeah.
about Maryland. You brought up Maryland. Supposedly, which I believe him, Tulea got offered $1 million to go play for an SEC school. Who do you think that was?
Bama.
I believe somebody offered him, but who do you think it was?
Probably Georgia.
I wouldn't. I'll be
Nah,
shocked.
Georgia got a
Nah.
quarterback.
It was
Ole
Tennessee.
Miss.
It was Tennessee.
Ole Miss. Nah, Ole Miss. Ole Miss.
Tennessee's got a bit. They already paid a bunch of money for the freshmen they got coming in. So, if I had to guess, I'm saying it's Alabama, Auburn, or Florida.
Yeah, I would have say Alabama just to get that name back out there on the field. They probably using the same jersey.
If you're desperate enough to, well, they already had him once and he transferred. So, they brought in the backup quarterback for Notre Dame to improve their situation. So that's a red flag. But I'd say it's one of them three because they all got quarterback issues going.
How much did Maryland pay him to stay in if he turned down $1 million?
I would hope to pay him something.
Right.
I'm not shocked someone was going to pay him because he's definitely better than what any of them teams got right now.
No question. He can play.
I'm saying Ole Miss because of Kiffin.
I would say them too, but they already got like 3 transfers. They got Oklahoma State's quarterback Spencer Sanders. They got like 3 guys that got transferred in. So, but who knows?
Yeah, they out of money down there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a wild card for my sleeper team. I'm gonna go Nebraska, man. Matt Rule over there now. I just think they're gonna be a lot tougher, man. I don't think he can do any worse than fucking the golden child, you know. Yeah. Dude, that dude sucked. Scott Frost, he was terrible for them boys, man. But Nebraska's their schedule is not that tough either if you look at it. Like they got what, Minnesota, Colorado. Prime might give them a little bit of a fight, but I think they'll win that game. Northern Illinois, Louisiana Tech, they're gonna lose to Michigan. They play Illinois, Northwestern, Purdue, Michigan State, Maryland, Wisconsin, Iowa. I mean, a couple tough games for them, but I wouldn't be surprised if they went like 9-3, bro. I could see him going 9-3, maybe 8-4 at Matt Rule's first year. Matt Rule can coach college, bro. He wasn't shit in the NFL. So yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they won, more than like 7-8 games this year, maybe even 9. But better watch out for them.
I'll follow you up because that was my pick too.
Word.
They went 4-8. They haven't made a bowl game since 2016. So I at least think they're going to at least make a bowl game, or maybe get more than that and get 7 wins. Because
I do too. Yeah.
Whatever you want, but Matt Rule, like you said, he took over for Art Browse at Baylor in a terrible situation. And in 3 years, they won 11 games. So the dude can do it. And I think they're going to play hard for him. And I like that transfer quarterback they got coming in, Jeff Sims from Georgia Tech. I think he's going to be nice. So I think there's going to be a better coach team. I know we have fun with Scott Frost, but I mean, when they hired Scott Frost, I mean, everyone kind of considered a home run hire based off what he was coming off from Central Florida. But I was shocked that he was so terrible there. But then you hear him talk, and I don't think he was very good at motivating his players. But
right.
Matt Rule has definitely been a proven coach. I think he'll do really good there, depending on how long he stays.
Facts. Great minds think alike. Who you got, Sam? Surprise team in the Big Ten.
I think Wisconsin to take it to the next notch. Luke Fickell over there, man. They still got Braylon Allen over there, man. I feel like they can do some work, bro. I feel like Luke Fickell, man, can do that stuff. They got Mike Tressel over there, whatever, too, one of the coordinators over there, too. So, like I say, I think they'll do a little work, man. I think they'll do a little work over there, man. They already had a pretty decent defense. They got 8 people still over there from the defense from last year. So the defense is pretty crucial, man. But like I said, they just got to get that stuff together, man. They got to run that ball, and they got to do more play actions. And I think Wisconsin or whatever start turning that shit up a little bit like they used to.
Yeah, that's one of my teams I want to watch more games of this year, Wisconsin. So that's a good one, man. What about you, Les?
Wisconsin.
Right.
They're my Western champions, and they my surprise team, my dark horse.
All right, before we get out of here,
that-
y'all got any players y'all want to watch? Shut up, Les. Nobody cares what you're talking about. Y'all got any surprise players, any players you guys want to look out for, or who we should be on the lookout for to watch, or who you excited to see, or any kind of races or battles or anything?
I got a couple things I'm excited about. First thing I'm excited about is Michigan winning the Big Ten again, going back to the playoffs, beating y'all again. No, but Cade McNamara, I'm excited to see him at Iowa get another, because we gotta have love for Cade. Real Michigan fans have got love for Cade, bro. So you no less, you don't
no love.
Why?
No love, because I hated the way. No, listen, I hated the way he treated my boy Joe Milton. He was hugging Cake like they was fucking. Fuck him.
That's what they do in Michigan, baby.
Fuck him, man. Like they was fucking. Like that was his baby boy or something.
That
You
was
know, they was
no
spending
love
the night at
for him.
Harbaugh's house when
No
he was
love
recruiting.
for him. No love for him, bro.
Yeah, Michigan, we've been doing a lot of fucking that last game of the season. Fucking them buck nuts.
When TCU fucked y'all up?
That buck nuts. That's right. A field goal away from the playoffs. Oh,
Y'all down by 70 in the playoff game. That was ridiculous, man. That's embarrassing.
Y'all shouldn't even been there. I don't even want to hear it.
The play I want to see.
We were the talk of the playoffs, man.
Yeah, y'all were the laughing stock of the playoffs right when that clock hit midnight.
That was down by 60 points,
that
man.
field goal, y'all. Anyways, Cade McNamara, I'm excited to watch him. I think all Michigan fans, you got to show him love, bro, because he helped.
No love, man.
The first victory, man, over Ohio State in forever. He gets
no
permanent
love.
respect from me. Well,
you know why no love again?
It don't matter, Les, because you don't even like the coach. So I can't fuck with you on that sentiment, man.
That's because Harbaugh won't hug him.
I'm sure he would if he asked nice.
Hey, no, I like him now because he's sitting back. When he wanted to be the head coach, he let his other coaches coach it. When he wanted to be the head man, we was losing. When he laid back, went through the bushes like Homer Simpson, and let the other cats coach, we was winning. That's what I'm saying. That's why I ain't like him, because he wanted to be up front and got the plays in his hand and shit. You ain't no play caller, motherfucker.
I don't know. I think they didn't start winning until he took the clipboard from Josh Gaddis's bum ass. That's when they started winning.
Definitely.
No. He had the playbook. He had the playbook in his hand, and he wasn't doing shit. I'm glad he just got the headset on his head, and he just like this. That's it.
Tried to tell Hurricane fans when they got duped by that snake oil salesman Josh Gaddis. I'm telling you guys, he's terrible. They didn't listen. He's been fired out for 1 year.
Just that quick. Grass ain't always greener.
Right.
I'm glad he's out of Michigan now.
Michigan fans weren't mad he was gone anyway, because after 2020, he was trying to do his speed and space. Obviously, they knew he was full of it, and they took the reins back away from him and went back to Harbaugh ball, and then that's when they started winning again.
Gaddis's offense was ass, dude. It was ass. I mean, it wasn't the worst shit I ever seen, but like, dude, it was just not working, man. It was not working where you was at with that. I don't understand what you was doing half the time. We watched the game. We went to a game one time years ago. I think it was Gaddis's first year or second year as coordinator. This motherfucker called 9 straight running plays, bro. 9 straight running plays. We sat there and counted them. We were chanting it at the crowd. 2, 3, 4, like 9 straight running plays. Do you hear me, bro? And there was no game we were up dominating. Like, this is a close fucking game. I don't remember who we were playing or what, but yeah, it wasn't gonna happen, man. But yeah, that's what happens though, bro. You got canned.
I'm glad that Coach wasn't afraid to fire him after 1 year and realize he messed up, because you keep a guy around like that, and he's just going to end up. You're going to be going out the door too, because he had a lot of momentum going into Miami. You make the wrong hire. At least he was smart enough to know he needed to cut ties right now and not mess around with it anymore.
Right. Y'all think? Go ahead. I was just gonna think. You think y'all, boy Marvin Harrison? You think he gonna have a Heisman candidate season? Dude, if he would have had Stroud or an experienced quarterback throwing to that man, I think he could have made a push for like a Heisman finalist. I don't think they're gonna give it to him no matter how good he does. But
And they're
I'm
not,
just saying.
gonna give it to a wide receiver.
I mean, Devontae Smith, that one surprised me, but I mean, he was undoubtedly
Right.
like that
He was
hustler
killing.
that he was killing it. And what he did,
Yeah.
shit, he killed y'all too, didn't he?
Touchdowns a game.
Oh yeah, he killed their
Yeah,
ass.
yeah.
They
He
don't
went
want
off,
to
bro.
remember that.
All
Bro.
5'11" of them and shit, 160 pounds. Like that
Right.
dude balled out, bro.
He killing the NFL too, man.
He
good.
is, bro. He is a good player,
Yeah, sweet.
definitely.
Yeah, the
Sometimes
crazy
you just
thing
got to
is-
give it to
Hey,
him.
hey, what
He was
team
the
he play
backup.
for? What team he play for?
Shit, the team that got
That just
embarrassed in
lost the Super Bowl, right?
That's what I know him for.
Hey,
About 3 points.
Philadelphia.
About 3 points.
Boy.
About 3 points. The last play of the game. Come on, man.
For real.
Now, I don't think Marvin Harrison. I don't think he gets a Heisman. I'm more worried about Travion Henderson in that running game that we got, man. His freshman year, he looked good. Last year, he was banged up, and they kind of just nobody really like stepped up and like impressed me at the running back phase. And they saying he's supposed to be back healthy and stronger this year, but if we don't have a good running game this year,
Y'all
it's
still
gonna be
got to
another.
train him.
We
I
got
think
five,
so.
5 deep.
Training was all right, like early on in that Michigan Ohio State game last year, but I mean, it didn't last long, man. I never even heard of the dude before that game.
He was a running back for Arizona State. He came over to Ohio State and was playing as a linebacker. He didn't switch back over to running back till the week of the Michigan game.
Wow, injuries and shit. Yeah,
They had 1 point last season where Dallin Hayden was the only healthy running back. That's why Michigan's clearly got the best 1-2 punch, but Ohio State's probably the deepest running back room in the country because they got 5 deep, the guys that can play. It's all about what the offensive line does. I'm not worried about the running backs at all. It's more the offensive line. Because I know the 2 on our team right now, I think Dallin Hayden and Chip Trainum are going to be better than Mayan Williams. I've never really been that impressed with him.
Hey, check this
That's
out.
That's what
We
kind
got
of
a running back from Georgia. You better watch out for
yeah.
a freshman
Mhm.
from Georgia.
I could tell you about them running backs at Michigan. Both of them can go over 1,000 this year, bro.
Mhm.
Man, I
They are
wish
both that
would have
good.
left.
We already know that.
You already know, bro.
Long as your boy Blake get healthy, man. He healthy.
He's
he ready.
healthy. He's
He ready.
ready. He's ready.
Hey, but
We're ready.
I want to see what Dion do, man. And that boy, he transferred over to Travis Hunter, man. I want to see if that man a real shutdown corner, man, like they make him say that he is. You know, I really want to see what he's gonna do over there in Colorado, man. So that's one of the guys I definitely want to see show out. And
If he wins 3 games this year, that's a success. Colorado was terrible, dude.
Yeah, it is. And then it's it was a running back that I'm looking up out of Marshall. Rasheen Ali. And he had 23 touchdowns last year, 1,400 yards. So he was the FBS leader or whatever in rushing touchdowns. So this guy's a monster, bro. And he got hurt the year before. But this year should be like one of his top years or whatever, too. So watch out for that guy, Rasheen Ali out of Marshall.
Yeah, dude, solidified. Time to leave your mark on it, young man. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I ain't heard too much about him, so definitely something to look out for.
All right, final word goes to you, Leland.
I'm just ready for the season. This is
You getting a champion on me.
last Saturday was the last Saturday without college football till maybe 1 week in December. So it's the best time of the year.
Right.
I'm just ready for football. We got live football this weekend, week 0. I'm there for all of it.
We all ready for that, man. Time to turn it up a notch. Turn it up a notch. More of this. Get going on. We'll get some of that going, start planting that shit. Dethroning people around here. Got sick and tired of being sick and tired. I appreciate y'all boys inviting me back, man. It's so good.
How many losses in a row did it take for you to get sick and tired?
I'm sorry, what? You
said
said
you got
something.
sick and
What?
tired. How many losses in a row did it take for you to get sick and
man.
tired?
How many losses you gonna take and still be upset?
I'm just asking a question, man. Can I get an answer? It's a very
Enough.
simple question.
All
I thought
of
it was
them.
straightforward. I thought it was direct. How many losses did it take in a row for you to get sick and tired? That's all I'm curious about.
A few of them.
What's a few? I can't. You got to articulate for the fans out there.
Hey man, I'll give you. I'll let you answer for
Anybody,
yourself.
somebody, nope,
3
nobody
years,
knows.
4 years,
Oh, okay.
5 years. You can take your pick. Any years.
All right, I got a question.
Go ahead,
What's
Leland.
your favorite win of the rivalry for your team, and what was the worst loss in the rivalry for your team?
Well, best win was the last one. Definitely was the last one. Meant the most so far. But for bigger things still got to be accomplished. But the last one, going into Columbus, blowing y'all out, love it. I loved every second of that. That was my favorite one so far. The worst one was what I think I mentioned that before when I came on here. 2013,
13,
12-13, where Devin Gardner was quarterback and we went for the 2-point conversion to win the game and we didn't get it. Dude, that shit hurt so much, bro. That shit
he had a
broke me.
broken leg. Why they
That
ain't
shit-
switch him up?
That
He had a
shit broke
broken
me.
leg, and he was still in the game.
Dude, Devin Gardner balled out that game. I had to applaud him. He played damn near flawless. The fucking one mistake was the last interception. That fucking pass is completed. We win that game. Like that. I love the call going for the win. I love the call. Everything was like, bro, but that shit it hurt me so bad when we lost that game, bro. It hit different.
Yeah.
Walking out that stadium, because I was at that game. So walking out that stadium that shit was tough, man. It was tough.
Yeah. Right. I think the closer losses are tougher to take than when you go in and your team gets your ass beat. You get time to like, okay, we just clearly weren't the better team. When your team loses close, those are the ones you remember, and they're the ones that
the heartbreakers, no doubt.
You just know your team wasn't the better team that day. But when you lose, then you kind of question, well, if this happened, we could have won that game. And those are always the toughest ones, no doubt.
06 sucked pretty bad too, but just because I was there and in the moment, and we wasn't good that year. You know what I'm saying? We was only gonna fuck it up for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So like, and just the rivalry win, everything was. No, not 06. I'm talking about the 13 game.
I thought you said 06. Yeah. I'm like,
no, I said
you wasn't that good.
No, 06. I said that one hurt too, but the other one hurt more because we wasn't that good. We would have fucked it up for y'all. Rivalry game. It just, and I was there in person. Everything, dude. It was everything, and boom, fell short.
Right.
Yeah, I don't really have a worse one because honestly, man, I feel like the losses that we got, like especially like the last 3 or 4, haven't really cost us nothing. You know what I mean? We lost last year, got dominated, and we still were in the playoffs. So, like, it can't really hurt that bad because, like, no matter what happened, that's kind of what we was talking about earlier. Like, these games actually mean something. The 06 one means something. Like, that was for a chance for the national championship. Like,
that was everything.
That was everything.
Yeah.
Last year meant nothing. You know what I mean? And I'm starting to, like, not like that trend because we literally lost, got embarrassed, still made the playoffs, and was a field goal away from playing for a national championship.
Barely made the playoffs though, because y'all needed somebody else to lose.
USC, if they would have.
I mean, just you got to get in there though. If you win, you win.
You're not supposed to lose that game, bro. That was some luck shit, bro, for real.
What Jay-Z said?
But I think
no such
that y'all had that little percentage. I say, man, I bet these boys still gonna get in there, bro. I knew they were still gonna get in there some kind of way.
You picked USC to lose because Ohio State would get in when we did that shit on Let Loose. You did, bro. That a bitch.
I knew it, bro. I knew that jump was gonna happen, bro.
I mean,
I thought y'all was gonna play again. That's what I thought. That's what everybody wanted to see. You know.
And you can't be a bad playoff team. If you make the playoffs, you did something right. You know what I mean? However you get in there, it's like, you know what I mean? No, I'm saying seriously, like, you didn't deserve to be the top 4 in the country. You were the 5th best. It's like, well, what's the difference? What'd you say? We were the 5th best team in the country? What's the big deal? Like, it don't really hurt. Losses we got really don't affect our season.
Right. I just thought that the USC was gonna kind of whip them boys or whatever. Then I thought about it. I was like, damn, Ohio State slip in there and let y'all play that second game, bro. Because that's what really everybody wanted to see. They didn't really want to see Georgia win that stuff again. You know what I'm saying? TCU, they had a whole bunch of hype or whatever, but they wanted to see y'all play that stuff again. You know, that's what I wanted to see. I want to see y'all play again.
Thank you. I'll take it.
I ain't want to see them motherfuckers.
And maybe a 1990s loss might have hurt when they were ruining our seasons, but it can't ruin our season no more. Right. Especially when they go to 12-team playoffs, it ain't gonna matter.
I agree. That's when everybody gonna get in, man.
Everybody gonna get in.
I don't like that 12 play, that 12 shit, man. Keep it as the 4.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
True champion.
A lot of Cinderella.
Bring it on. I like it.
I like a true champion, man. Like every other sport, we got true playoffs, we got true champions, except for college football. Like, man, we got to sit through 68 teams in March Madness. Man, we can get 12 college football teams, man. That ain't a stretch.
I mean, no doubt, but I
No.
just 6 teams, dude. That's what I want. Just 6. 6 would be perfect because anything top, you think top 5, top 5 of this, top 5 of that. 6 teams, bro. You got your number 1, your number 2, get them to bye. The other cats play each other, then boom. That would 6 teams would be perfect, bro.
I don't like it, man. Like y'all should be Michigan fans should truly be.
They need to go back to the
favor of
old
expansion.
1 and
Like I
2.
said, that 06 season was bullshit, man.
Go
for
back
real.
to the old shit. 1 and 2, the best 2 motherfuckers of the year.
Nah, I don't
Should
like
play.
it when you voting on stuff, man. I don't like to vote.
There's really no way to know that. It's all like based off because not everyone's playing each other. You can't just pick 2 teams because a lot of times, sometimes there's a team there's a third or fourth team that's just as good as them top 2. You don't really know who the top 2 teams are. That's why they should play in the playoff. Like I always wanted 8. I'm fine with 12, and I think it's probably going to go to 16 here in a couple of years, just because it's going to be so much money.
Somebody's
Yeah.
gonna get mad.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna get mad. They're gonna be
16?
like, "Oh, wow, we
What's
left
gonna
go
out.
to- yeah.
68.
We should get a
teams like the damn.
It's crazy.
Go back 2 years ago and look at the top 16 teams. You can be like, that would have been an amazing playoff, man, for real.
Dude,
I
you're
don't
gonna have teams like fucking Army and Navy getting the playoff.
Right.
Oh
Tell
my
you.
I mean,
God.
but like I said, like
Yeah.
we talked about this on our other shows. It's like you had UCF that went undefeated. They called themselves self-proclaimed champions. Nobody gave them respect. Now they jump into the Big 12. Now it's like they're going to get respect now. Now we got to value them. Like we should have valued them when they were actually good and had a good season. I would have had wanted to see them play, but the way the
Right.
system is set up, it's all about money and ratings and TV and games. Like I said, that's what cost
All
a
about
rematch
money.
in 06. The best 2 teams in the country was Ohio State and Michigan. Michigan lost by 3 points that year. They don't get a chance to play for a championship.
I think Florida proved they deserved a chance to play for a championship.
Man, I wish we wouldn't have played Florida. We already beat Michigan. Let's beat them again. Shit.
Oh yeah, they beat your ass. Oh my goodness.
They beat the shit out of us, man.
42
Hey, we
to
was at
7.
hey, man, we was at work.
Return by Ted Ginn Jr. And that was it.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey, man, we was at work. Rob, man, we was at work. You was talking shit, and then next
Oh,
time
they scored a touchdown first play. I'm excited.
your face was long as hell. End of the game.
Man,
I got people still owe me money for that stuff, man. Won't show their face.
you ain't gonna get that.
Mm-mm.
Hell nah.
But I got you. No, you don't. For real.
I think that
you got to hide your face.
correct me if I'm wrong. I think that is still the largest. I don't think Ohio State has lost that bad since that game, dude.
I don't think
Nah,
so.
we
In
lost to
any
Purdue.
game in any year. Not that bad though. 42 to 7.
Yeah.
I think
It
it
was
was
damn.
like 50 something.
Y'all put some points up though that game. It was like 52 to 20 something, wasn't it? Or
They
I
had
don't
seven
even
points.
remember, was it?
I
They
remember
lost to
watching that game
Alabama.
at the tailgate.
They lost to Alabama a couple of years ago.
It
Bad.
wasn't. It wasn't. Was it that bad?
It wasn't that. It wasn't 42 to 7 bad though, was it?
It was
That was
bad.
40,
Yeah,
41 to
that's what it
14 or something like
Oh,
that.
was it?
It was
Mhm.
bad, baby.
With Florida.
Oh, my bad.
It
Let's
was
talk about
bad.
that game. What happened that game? Talk me through it.
Everything.
Play by play.
was
Let me
good
hear
for
it.
us. Nothing
I
was
forgot.
We're gonna take a page out of your book. We beat Michigan, and that's all that mattered. And we were better than them, and that was our season. And you know, we beat Michigan, and that's our rival. And we should have. We don't care about any other game. We won the only game that mattered that year. So Sam's, y'all beat the shit out of us. Doesn't matter because our victory over Michigan was better than your victory over us, and you winning the national championship.
Hey, no
And then-
one.
and then our
No one.
our coach, he lets kids spend the night at his house when he's recruiting them, and they drink milk together, and he won't hug less, and it doesn't matter because we can lose to Alabama by 70. We beat Michigan, and that's the only thing that matters,
Hey,
and that's my excuse.
Yeah,
Hey,
y'all
tell
will
your-
have to
tell
forgive
your coach
Rob.
Dave to get his beard a little lighter. Quit getting that dark ass black.
Oh,
His
gotta look
beard,
good,
man. Quit
baby. He
dying.
gotta look good
Quit
out there
dying
in
that
these streets,
shit.
man.
Oh,
Let me-
hey,
Got a lot of bars on High
sorry.
Street, man. He gotta look good.
41 to 14. That's what
Yeah,
the score was.
41-14.
41 to 14. You're right.
Hey, what was the score against Alabama and Michigan? I mean, Alabama and
Doesn't
Ohio
matter.
State.
We beat Michigan that year.
Yeah, y'all will have
and-
to excuse Rob. Let me apologize to the viewers. We gotta excuse Rob. He's still a little upset, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry.
not
He's
upset.
I'm just-
disgruntled. Y'all have a
You told me-
disgruntled employee on this podcast.
Hey, he need a drink. Hey, get
I'm a
that brother a
student.
drink. Get that
I'm a
brother a
student of the
drink.
need a
Michigan
drink or
madness.
smoke
You know what I mean?
something.
You tell
I'ma
me
tell
you
you
beat
what.
Ohio State. That's all that mattered.
When you
See,
come
see,
on,
it
give
worked
us some
for
meth.
y'all. It didn't matter. You beat Ohio State. You know what I mean?
No.
when you come on Let Loose, you're getting treated as a hostile person.
Lester, name 3 people that played for TCU last year. Go.
I don't know nobody.
But it doesn't matter. They don't need anybody. We beat Ohio State, and that's all that matters. And I don't
Hey,
care.
Lee, go find your boy some
We
meth
got
or
beat by.
something. Calm him
They
down.
literally put that team together like the N1 mixtape days, where they
Go find some meth.
TCU was
Some
an
bait-
N1
some-
mixtape team. They literally just threw a whole bunch of guys together and
Some
said, "Hey,
bath
you want
salt.
coach over
Go
here?" He
find
said,
some
"Sure,
bath
why
salts
not?"
or something.
And then they beat y'all in the playoffs, and the Bears they would beat y'all by like 52 points at halftime. You know what I
I
mean?
wasn't
But
I
it
wasn't paying
doesn't matter
attention. I wasn't paying attention. Donovan
because you
Edwards
beat
just
Ohio
ran
State.
again.
We
He
know.
just ran for another touchdown. I was
I
watching
get
him
it.
for another
You
touchdown.
beat
He's still
Ohio
running.
State. That's all
He's
that
still
matters.
running now.
I
Come
get it.
on by your hands. That man's still running. Still running. Still running. We'll take those doves. You got any more? You want to do it again?
Damn.
It
No.
doesn't matter who plays for TCU, and they put the team together in the alley before the game, and they got like 32 transfers, and none of them even knew the plays.
Ever.
We beat Ohio State, and that's all that matters.
Turn it into a song. We beat Ohio
Man,
State. We beat Ohio
That's
State.
all I'm saying. I don't care that we lost to
Touchdown,
Florida.
Edwards.
All right, you beat us, Sam. It don't matter because we beat Michigan that year. So you don't get bragging rights over us because we beat Michigan. That's all that matters.
Wow.
Okay, sounds
We
good.
got our ass
Sounds
beat,
good.
just like y'all got your ass beat. Let it go. You know what I mean?
By who?
TCU, that shit was,
Wow.
man. I had to turn the
Are you
TV
still
off.
bragging off of a
I had
TCU?
to turn my TV off, man.
It's 45-51, bro.
You still bragging about a TCU win over Michigan because you couldn't beat Michigan?
Man, them
Says
boys,
the man, says the lifelong diehard Ohio State fan that lives 2 blocks from the stadium that not even a half hour after the game was over versus Michigan last year had an LSU t-shirt on and was proclaiming that. So
hey, listen, man. Them
all
boys
that
called
there.
me.
But we beat you with no
I'm sitting
TCU.
there-
With TCU.
I'm sitting there on the
with
couch
TCU.
watching. I'm sitting there on the couch watching the game. My buddy called me and said, "Hey, you know Willie Joe? They out there doing Michigan." I said, "Nah, he played for Oklahoma. Nah, he played for TCU now. You kidding me?"
Mhm.
Other buddy called me. You know Larry Luall. Hey, he out there destroying Michigan. Nah, he played for Virginia. Like,
I
nah,
will
he
say-
with TCU. Man, them dudes, they put a team together at halftime and beat y'all. A bunch
Before-
of transfers. That was embarrassing.
That sounds
That
good.
wasn't even a
enough, but
recruiting
check this
class
out.
y'all lost to.
That's really good and everything, but check this out. Before I check
I'm
out,
listening.
I just want you to know, bro. I just want you to know that win was so bad last year for Ohio State. That shit made you unclaim your fandom temporarily, and that shit made Chuck feel so bad he jumped on your motherfucking bandwagon. That's how bad they felt about y'all, bro. That's how bad that victory was. I knew we'd win, but I didn't think it would be like that.
Anybody knows
Sorry,
me.
bro. And you know
Anybody
that's
that knows
facts.
me.
You had on that shirt, and Chuck felt bad, and he jumped on the other side. He hopped the fence. I'm
Anybody
like,
knows
wow.
me. Anybody knows me knows this to be 100% the truth. Anytime Ohio State loses, I leave. I've been a Clemson fan. I've been an LSU fan. I've been an Oklahoma fan. Anytime we lose, I'm done with them. Anybody knows me knows that to be true.
I have to
Hey.
talk him off the ledge every year.
Unacceptable. Let him jump already.
Hey, where that water at? On that bridge.
was a-
He's trying to get drowned by that little water, about 2 feet. He trying to drown himself.
I don't know if I don't think he was still there, Lester. I know when we lost to Purdue, I literally went to work the next day with a Purdue shirt on and a Purdue hat.
Oh my God, bro. You
I
are
was
everything
done.
that's wrong
Right.
with sports fans, bro. You are everything that's
Damn.
wrong with
out.
them.
I don't. If I wanted to support a losing team, I'd be a Michigan fan. That's my motto. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So once Ohio State loses, I'm
What's
done.
that make
You know
Ohio
what I mean?
State then? If Michigan's
If I
a
want to
losing team?
support mediocrity, I go up to Ann Arbor. I'm not about that. I'm about winning, about success, about championships, about not losing to TCU in the playoffs, about not having my coach having the same amount of playoff victories.
Well, you can't have
as
no
Luke
team
Fickell
then.
at
You already
Cincinnati.
fucked up. You
It's
already
not
fucked
about
up.
that. It's about winning, man.
You already fucked up. I know. We've been doing plenty of it. Can you win something before you talk shit, bro?
And I don't want to
You
hear
ain't
nothing
listened
from
in
you,
years.
Sam,
The whole
about
time I've
06.
known
It
you,
doesn't
you
matter.
haven't
We
done
beat
anything.
Michigan that year.
Do you
All right?
understand, bro? The whole time I've ever known you, every conversation we've had, every beef, every this, every that, the only thing that you have on me is TCU beat you in the playoffs because y'all haven't won. Win something and then come back and holler at me. All right?
All right, this is how it goes.
Dono-
Right? You got
Donovan
a
just scored
boxing
again.
match. You got a boxing match, right? You got Crawford versus
Get the
you
fuck
got
out of here.
Crawford versus Earl Spence, right? Crawford is beating the shit out of his man for the first 10 rounds, right? He busting his nose, bleeding him. He keeps his eyes shut, his nose running. So Spence win the last 2 rounds. He like,
This
hey,
fight
I
didn't
beat
go
your
good.
ass, didn't I? No, look at your face. Look at your record book over the last decade, man. You 2-8.
But yet, see, here we
You
go
like, but
again,
I
bro.
won the last
Here
2
we go
rounds,
again,
didn't I?
Sam. We logging back on the History Channel. For years,
I-
Michigan fans get criticized for it, but the 2 years they start losing, he resort to that shit. Channel 35, motherfucker. I
Listen.
remember. We know all the history, bro.
We were beating them
Keep
so
cracking back
bad.
into history.
Go back 4 years. We beat them
Ancient,
so bad. They
ancient
said we're not even gonna
history.
play. They are the first team in the history of the rival to be like, yeah, I don't even want to play this year. We're
Ancient
gonna lose.
history, bro. That's
We're gonna
crazy.
lose. 4 years ago, man. All right, listen. When we win this year, you know what he gonna say?
Hey,
What about the
Leland, end the
last
show,
two?
Leland. Hey,
What about the
Leland,
last
end the
two?
show, buddy.
I'm up all night, baby.
Hey, man,
You gotta go to
shut
work
it
in the
down.
morning. You gotta go to work in the
Ain't
morning,
gonna be all night with
motherfucker.
That Michigan Ohio State shit, man.
I got
Ain't
my
neither one of
Buckeye
y'all
cup.
niggas
I'm
win
gonna
the
tear that
title.
up. You know what I'm saying?
I
Ain't
don't
neither
need
one of
it.
y'all win the title this year, so man, all that stuff is second nature, bro.
You
Um,
got that twisted.
I'm just letting y'all know. Neither
Yeah,
one of y'all win the title.
you got that twisted because either one of them can win that shit.
Back it up. Break up the fight.
Mm-hmm. No,
Break
no,
up the
no, no,
fight.
no. I ain't letting you get away with that,
Y'all
goddamn it.
ain't-
No, you don't. No, you
Y'all
don't.
Wow.
Y'all ain't
We
did
can win
nothing.
that shit.
Y'all ain't did nothing.
Bro,
Wow.
don't get me started on the Gators. We don't have time.
Hey, 2 nobody remembers, man.
What?
2 nobody remembers.
But
Don't even
what?
forget
What
about
happened?
y'all, whatever. They're talking about Georgia, man. Y'all got to beat somebody.
Damn.
okay.
Y'all got to shut that stuff down, man. That junk don't mean nothing.
You're talking to playoff teams. You talk with respect right now.
I know it. I know it.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you fighting your little cousin. Y'all cousins fighting, man. That's it. Big brother whipping
Hey,
both
going
of
to,
y'all.
Big brother's handling his right now, okay? Sorry, little brother Rob. My bad. I appreciate you. Appreciate y'all for having me on the show. It was fun. I ain't got nothing else to say to Rob, though, man, because we just let our play do the talking, man. That's all. Not ancient history play. I'm talking about the last game we played. That's the only game that ever matters. So
All
I'll
right.
leave it there.
Hey,
Mic drop. I'll do the pipe drop. Okay.
remember this when we beat him this year. He is not allowed to say anything about the last 2 years at all. At all.
You gotta
I don't
win
hear
first.
anything about that. I'm gonna
That's
say
fine.
that's
You gotta
ancient
win
history.
first. You gotta win first.
Well,
That's
last
fine.
year,
I like
that's
my
ancient
chances.
history.
I love my
It's
chances.
ancient history.
You gotta win first, bro. Just win. Just win. Do something. Then come holler at me. Until then, you
do
losers.
something. Do something, chump.
We'll
And
win.
that's why it's the greatest rivalry in sports, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not a rivalry.
Yeah.
It's us beating them, and then they having a good recruiting class 1 out of every 12 years.
It definitely ain't gonna be a rivalry. Y'all lose again this year. Do something. Win and then come again.
We lose again this year.
Wow.
Lester won't be around to see the next game with them swole eyes after I hit him. You know what I mean?
Hey, we
Unless
just be fighting motherfuckers, man. 'Cause you swing at me, we just be fighting.
And I'm right around the corner from your daughter's dorm. And I'm gonna buy her. I'm gonna take her to the bookstore and buy her every Buckeye shirt that she wants until she can't carry no more back to her dorm. And I'm gonna get her a scarlet and gray carpet for her room. Keep talking, all right?
Wow. Wow.
I know that's right.
You know his daughter's going to Ohio State, so
That's what's up. Congratulations.
congratulations to your daughter.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Much love. Appreciate
She's a
y'all
smart-
having
smart
us
young
on,
lady.
man. This was fun
Yeah,
as
yeah.
shit.
Mhm.
Fun as shit. We're gonna have to do it again. Get some of y'all on Let Loose. Maybe get like 2 of y'all at a time on Let Loose, so it's not like all of us trying to talk over each other. Maybe bring in the Buckeyes, and then I'll bring in the real homie Les down here and holler at Chuck. So we'll do
Hey, when
something,
this
bro.
year's RCL champion talks, you guys listen, all right?
Okay. Well,
This
Leland. Every time Leland has been
Leland,
talking, I've been
Oh,
listening.
you Leland.
Wow.
2-time RCL champion.
Hey,
No, there was a wise man who once said, "To be the man, you got to beat the man." And
Woo!
Right.
woo!
That's right. There you go.
Ric
I don't
Flair's a
want-
Michigan
I
fan
don't
too, by
want-
the way.
I'm going for 3, baby.
He said he gonna
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
Neither.
I'll make sure I put my picks in every week with y'all, man, so I can get up in there, man.
Yeah, get
I
them in.
ain't with- Go ahead, Lee.
By Friday, because week 0 and week 1 they had to all be lumped together. So just get them in by Friday. Well, I think it's like 23 games for the first 2 weeks. So
Okay.
yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah,
Hey,
make sure
y'all check out the Let Loose podcast, man. These boys are funny. They're very knowledgeable. They're entertaining. One of them's cool. The other one's Jordan. So
right on, bro. Well played.
make sure y'all check them out, man. We're gonna put their links in the bio so you can check out their Facebook. They put a lot of info on there. You can join their group. They chat, they talk back. They're real cool dudes. You can follow them on YouTube too. Check them out, man.
Let Loose Podcast. Thank y'all boys for having us on. Appreciate it.
Oh, appreciate y'all, man. For real. Always a good time with y'all guys.
Oh yeah. Until November, baby.
I'm ready for week 0. I ain't looking ahead. This season already getting way too fast. I'm ready for Saturday.
Ready to get it in.
Yeah.
Watch out for them Gators too, for real. We're gonna heads this year, for real. Watch what I tell you.
Hey, go blue.
OH.
I-O.
Hell no.
Y'all ain't got